Greetings nerdy list aficionados, and it's time for Aliens. At the time of this recording there's a bit of an Area 51 craze, so why not take a look at some scary alien superheroes. Now there's going to be various types of fear on this list, from just powerful entities to the horrible villains they cause to descend upon the earth, to what ifs. I'm Sasha and we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 scary alien superheroes. I'm sure you'll be able to guess some of these, but hopefully I'll have some surprises for you. Let's get started. Number 10. Superboy Prime. So what's scarier than Superboy Prime is the effect he has had on the multiverse, alongside the unchecked power of a bitter, jaded Superman. So this character first appeared in DC Comics Presents number 87 back in 1985. This character was from a world in the multiverse known as Earth Prime, hence the Prime at the end of his name. This world was much like ours, as their superheroes were fictional characters, and the Clark Kent there was just a regular boy. He has happened to share the same name as Superman. All of this changes when Halley's Comet flies overhead on his 15th Halloween, activating Kryptonian powers. However, shortly after all this, Superboy's home Earth is destroyed in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Superboy Prime survives, along with a couple of other cast-offs from various now defunct Earths in the Paradise dimension. However, it is here he slowly goes insane, using the resources available, which are crystals, making up their adrift home, to replay events from his Prime Earth over and over, until one day he snaps. Trapped without a planet and with no potential to be the hero he was intended to become, he begins punching the walls, which are actually the walls of reality, which was used to retcon some DC events. Basically big events they wanted to undo. This is why Jason Todd came back to life, and also tweaked some origins and combined them for other characters. After this he became a villain bent on finding purpose in some way. He is angry, bitter, self-absorbed, and with all the powers of Superman. He sometimes comes across as lame in how he's written, but the core concept, definitely scary. Number 9. Miss Martian. She's a recent hero. She debuted in Teen Titans number 37 back in 2006, and was a key part of the Young Justice animated series. She was created because Geoff Johns, who was writing the Teen Titans comic series, was informed he couldn't use Supergirl. Miss Martian is a white Martian. There are two types of Martians in the DC universe, and there is a civil war. Now, her white Martian status is often a cause of conflict for her, and is part of her quest for acceptance for herself, and it's also a pretty terrifying form. However, that's not where the fear comes from for this list. This is the whole, what if she goes rogue? The Martians are so powerful. Let me go down a list of abilities. Get ready. Super strength, durability, flight, super speed, stamina, regeneration, shapeshifting, phasing abilities, telepathy, psionic blasts, and shields, telekinesis, sonic scream, and X-ray vision. Also in her Young Justice incarnation, she was initially shown to not have many moral qualms, but quite aggressively using her powers on foes and eventually friends. Telepathy is a tricky beast. I don't know, people are always going on about fighting an evil version of Superman. I don't want to have to fight an evil version of Miss Martian. Number 8. Starfire. Starfire first debuted in DC Comics Presents number 26 in 1980 and was a staple member of the new Teen Titans. A princess from the planet Tamaran, Koriand'r was betrayed by her own sister, Blackfire. Well, actually their whole planet was. She sold them out to their enemy, the Citadel, and part of that agreement was for her to be able to enslave Starfire. There was a whole horrifying backstory on top of that, but ultimately Starfire escaped and came to Earth. She kissed Robin to learn our language, the whole 9 yards. So where is the fear? Well, while Starfire is powerful, as she is constantly absorbing ultraviolet radiation, can fly, and can generate starbolts as a result of experiments performed on her, and is stronger than average, what is really scary is her attitude. The Tamaranians are a warrior race, through and through, and as a royal, Starfire has a particularly vicious streak. She has come into conflict with the Titans on occasion because of her lack of compassion and willingness to kill. Really, she's just kind of going along with our morality. She operates by a different code. Ask Deathstroke's wife. Oh wait, you can't, because Starfire mercy killed her. Number 7. Omni-Man. Oh, Invincible. What a ride. The Omni-Man is a slight Superman deconstruction who first debuted in Invincible number 1 in 2003. This series was helmed by Robert Kirkman, who more people will know for his Walking Dead comic series. The Omni-Man is the father of the main character, the hero Invincible, and one of the premier heroes of Earth, some would say the most mighty. He is a member of the Viltrumite race, and claimed to have come to help better mankind, as was allegedly the creed of his species. He possessed superhuman strength, speed, flight, and immortality. Or near immortality. However, here's the thing, it was a lie. He was on a mission of conquest. He was sent to lull the populace into a false sense of security and breed to produce an heir to help him in his conquest. The betrayal. It's the betrayal here that is scary. Of his family, of the planet. I just realized that for most people the planet should have come first, but I'm sticking with my order. When he reveals himself, he kills a lot of the world's superheroes. It's a close call driving him off world, and it changes the landscape of how that Earth views heroes and aliens specifically. Number 6. Goku. I feel so scandalous sneaking him on here. In my dream world, we'd talk about a lot more anime. Son Goku deserves to be on here though, as do most Saiyans. So Goku, raised on Earth. Goku is another one who was deposited so that he could conquer the planet for the Saiyans, and he was supposed to do this as a child. He used to transform into a giant ape back when he had a tail, but they cut it off, so it was fine. Then they had to cut off his son's tail. Goku has been on a lifelong quest to get as strong as possible. Now while Goku is a pretty nice, if absent-minded person and terrible husband, what's scary about him is the amount of villains he attracts to the planet. Now this is a bit of the Batman argument of if he wasn't there, would there be as many villains? I mean, some of them are just coming to conquer the Earth, as you do, but others are drawn there by his power level or stories about the other people he's fought. Collateral damage is scary, people. Don't let Man of Steel fool you. Although, Goku does make the effort to fight away from other people. Unlike Snyderverse Superman. Okay, snark over. It's been years, I know. Anyway, more anime. Give a like and we can make it happen. Number 5. The Silver Surfer. Try and forget about Kelly's hate for the Fantastic Four sequel film for a moment, and embrace all that is the comic book character of Norrin Radd. The Silver Surfer first debuted in the Fantastic Four number 48 in 1966, and initially he was a villain, a herald to Galactus, Eater of Worlds. And he has a surfboard because Jack Kirby was tired of drawing spaceships. Now the Silver Surfer wields the power cosmic, so he's extremely powerful because he can absorb and manipulate the universe's ambient energy. He can navigate through space and time. The Silver Surfer is scary not only because of the immense amount of power he has at his disposal and how threatening it is when it is unleashed against the Earth, but again because the events he's involved in are unfolding on such a massive scale that when he fails, the events and repercussions are catastrophic. You know who didn't prevent Thanos from gathering all the Infinity Gems? The Silver Surfer. Thanks a lot, Norrin. Of course he helped fix all that. Mostly he's a wanderer who does his best to help out. Well-intentioned, but sometimes it just all goes awry. Number 4. Captain Marvel. Or rather, Mar-Vell. The first one. But in my heart, still not the real Captain Marvel. I don't care how many lawsuits he's lost, it'll always be Billy Batson for me. So, Captain Mar-Vell is an undercover Kree operative. He first debuted in Marvel Superheroes number 12 back in 1967. He actually has the name because Marvel was trying to cash in on Fawcett Comics' lapsed trademark and their bankruptcy at the hands of DC over their Captain Marvel vs. Superman lawsuit. Lawsuits everywhere. So Captain Marvel was swayed to the side of the Earth by our incredible charm and magnetism, and because Yon-Rogg, his superior, was a jerk, Mar-Vell ends up being found guilty of treason, and it's a whole thing. The fear here lies more in the what could have happened category. We need a what if. Oh wait, we have one. This tale comes to us from What If Volume 1 number 17, entitled What If Ghost Rider, Spider-Woman, and Captain Marvel had remained villains? Just kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? In this tale, Yon-Rogg botches his attempt to mess with Mar-Vell and is arrested, so Mar-Vell is promoted to Colonel and goes ahead full force with the humans are no threat, let's just turn their planet into a war zone. See? It's a good thing Yon-Rogg was a jerk. He saved us all. Number 3. Maxima. Oh Maxima, let's take a trip down awkward story arc memory lane. Maxima first debuted in Action Comics number 645. She was a princess from the planet Almanac who came to Earth and took up a role as a superhero so that she could meet superpowered men, specifically Superman. Her species was all about selective breeding and creating the finest specimens. Maxima tells Clark, and I quote, she could give him what no Earthwoman could, children. This was during the whole no woman could withstand his potency time period. There's an Elseworld story where Lois's baby kills her from the womb and then Superman marries Maxima. Side note, the killing from the womb thing is a big plot point from The Boys, which I'm so excited for. Me and the boys. So when Superman won't sleep with her, she joins the Superman Revenge Squad because he humiliated her. The New 52 did not help, retconning her to be a young lady wrestling with her latent homosexuality and falling in love with Supergirl, only to flee because it was her duty to produce children. It sounds better, but it wasn't, trust me. Then in Rebirth, she was a person pretending to be the real Maxima. So this was someone who had her pre-New 52 personality, but was really taking over for the one with the New 52 origin. Just some characters don't need to come back. What's scary here is the pettiness. Just superpowered beings turning on a whim, especially ones with psionic abilities like Maxima. You just expect a bit more from your superpowered beings. Here's the thing, unpopular opinion time, and I have many. Maxima, like original Maxima, could have been a good character, thirstiness and all. This could have been done well, it just would have taken a bit more nuanced writing than ultimately happened. And she would have had to have had an arc where she either just embraced that she was thirsty, or she dealt with her low self-esteem and decided to step out of other people's shadows. I'd have read it. I still would read it. Number 2. Superman. Of course you knew Superman would be on this list. The concept of the Man of Steel turning against his adopted home and people are rampant. The evil Superman storyline is a classic and played out in so many ways. He's an overlord and always has been. He was raised somewhere else and twisted to different values, or just the plain old Lex approach. He stunts our growth as a species by existing. Now, personally, I prefer a beacon of hope Superman, but these dark tales can be intriguing and bring up elements of fear in layers. All of these evil Superman stories speak to a twisting of a trope, but also to humans' innate belief that nothing can truly be good, that latent fear that if something is too good to be true, it probably is. On top of that, there's your standard fears, his massive amount of power being turned around to subjugate, or just the betrayal of trust that is possible, a concept played with earlier on this list by Omni-Man. For some, the very concept of Superman is scary in general, whether he is good or not. Just the no man should have that much power, he needs to be controlled or at least be able to be neutralized, so the Batman approach. Look, up in the sky, a ticking time bomb. I think most of you are just like, he's not number 1? What is happening? Well, that's because in at number 1, Martian Manhunter. The Martian Manhunter first debuted in Detective Comics number 225 in 1955, but there's a lot about his first origin that would be retconned, such as how he got to Earth in the first place. What has remained for sure is his adopted name of John Jones and living among us in secret, as well as of course joining the Justice League. So basically, they're already here. That's the fear here, aliens living among us. And then let's add the immense amounts of power to that list. I already listed them for Miss Martian, I'm not doing it again. Although, we must note that he is more skilled and has had more practice. John Jones is an interesting character, even more so after the 1988 miniseries that established a bunch more backstory for him. His natural form, his dead family, his language, he's evolved a lot over time. But being a good character doesn't make you any less of a scary one. The ties connecting John to Earth had best not break, because if so, there's nothing to stop him from turning on all of us, or just flat out leaving. I mean, that'll probably never happen, but I sure hope not. I mean, he links all the superheroes' minds together during missions, that's helpful. He provides cookies, that's also helpful. I feel like I'm channeling my inner Lex with this number, only one with a lot less resources, sadly. So those were some scary alien superheroes. Do they scare you? Fear is very subjective and can be taken in a variety of directions. Leave your favorite alien superhero down below. And while you're down there, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.